IPMNation.com.
Let's try it and let's see if that's going out anywhere. Why, of course, it's giving us a hard time. Thank you so very much for joining us here at All Natural Being. I know it's a high-quality production open, and who knows why the internet is acting up again, but let's just give it a shot. And for my good friends over at IPMNation.com/TRNow, thank you, as always, for putting up with all the hiccups, that kind of thing. We have a really big, just now, look at that, really big show tonight. If you're old enough to remember Ed McMahon, we got a really big show. Really big show. So we're looking forward to that tonight. I've got all kinds of great news and just things that I wanted to kick around. But let me say first, thank you so very much again for joining us here at All Natural Being. Who knows what all the computer glitches are? Who knows what's up? But we are here, as I said, at IPMNation.com/TRNow. If you're listening over on the radio, thank you so very much for taking me along, letting me be your virtual hitchhiker, riding shotgun, if you would. John, great to see you as well. Thank you very much. Also, Lee, thank you. Wayne, thank you for joining us. Henry is here as well. Yeah, which is great because he's got like a busy evening coming up here in just a little bit. So I want to thank everybody for stopping by. It's about time. I know, right? Yeah, I don't know what it is. You'd think, okay, well, and I don't even know what episode, as I said, kicking this off. I think it's like episode 350 something or other, maybe 359. You'd think I would have had it nailed by then. But, all you can do is hope. So I wanted to catch you up quickly on what's been going on today. I said in the tease earlier that this was a really kind of a big day. And I know everyone's all excited about the elections tomorrow night, whatever side you happen to vote for. You got to be thinking, wow, this is really going to be something else tomorrow night. Yes, there'll be some people that aren't necessarily crazy about how it's right. Some of the people, they're just going to be going, they're just going to not be all that fired up about the results. But I figured, tomorrow night we'll hang out for a half an hour, get ready to toss it over to Henry at Thinking Re-Envisioned. We'll get ready to toss it over to him at the bottom of the hour. So we'll hang out for a little bit, see how some of the returns are coming, and go from there. Let me say hello to Chris. Let me say hello to David and to Darren. Darren, thank you so very much. Jack, thank you so very much for joining us here at All Natural Being. As Wayne said, finally, you think you could come around and getting it. I don't know what it is. We got to check. We got to see. But so what an action-packed day. And for those of you that joined us last evening, thank you again for coming back. Let me just say that we talked a good bit last night about stress and about those things that can get in your way. You may not even know that you have that kind of stress, but all the things that it records in your body. So you really got to pay attention to that. You really got to watch that. And then I have a day like I had today, because you get up and you go, all right, I got this going on, I got that going on. But then, I don't know how it happens, everything started going right. And the kickoff came, believe it or not. Let me say hello to Doug. Doug, I got your message just a little while ago. Thank you so very much for reaching out, brother. I hope you're feeling better. Hope to give you a holler after the show, or at least tomorrow. Hey, Brian. Hey, Doug, how are you? So I'm going about my day, I'm hanging out. I talk to Wayne, get the morning meeting out of the way. You know what I mean? I'm just doing all the stuff that a normal day is. And then I get an email. Now, just to catch you up on a little bit about everything's been going on with me, Alice, nice to see you. Thank you so very much for joining us here at All Natural Being. As you know, God, it seems like years ago, doesn't it? But just, I guess, a month or so ago, we did the 24-hour marathon. And the 24-hour marathon was supposed to be a ramp-up, was supposed to be a test, was supposed to be so that we could go, ooh, yeah, great, let's try the 81 to win. If you remember, I walked into a local radio station and said, look, I know nothing about radio. I've got enough scars on my face and head now that, I have a face for radio. So would there be a way for me to volunteer? Ooh, I can cut grass, I can shovel the sidewalk, I can raise and lower the flag. I'm not terribly good as a mechanic, so I don't think I'd let me in the carpool, but I'll do whatever I can in order to be able to learn from you, like this board and the microphones and all these other things going on, right? So I'm like, hey, well, I'd like to be able to learn how to do this stuff. Well, they ditched me, right? Christian radio station here in town, so I come up with the tagline, oh, it's kumbaya for everybody but Brian. So they go, yeah, no, I don't think so. So kind of like me, Darren says, no stress here. Last blood pressure check was 117/70. God love you, Darren. I think mine is habitually right around, what is it, like 110 over 70, I think is what they tell me it is. So right about the same. You and I are we're firing up with the same engine, Darren. So as you would, in order to get back at this radio station, I think it's called The River or whatever it is, the here in Columbus, not far from the house even. It would have been a great volunteer scenario, and I could have learned a bunch of stuff. So I figured, okay, great, I'll fix their wagon, right? So what did I do? As you would, I went ahead and I pitched Guinness World Records, and I said, I'd like to go for the longest live call-in radio show. That's what I'd like to do. That's how I'm going to get everybody back for not playing along with me. And Guinness says, oh, well, you got to beat 70 some odd, whatever it is. So I came up with this whole idea of 81 to win. We would need 81 hours, nonstop broadcasting live call in. We did the 24-hour training, just to see if we could cut our teeth, if I could even survive, to be honest with you. The aftermath of the brain tumor, could I even survive 24 hours talking nonstop? So I reached out to Guinness, and they were like, oh, well, we'll get back to you. Go ahead and fill out this application. And, if you want to pay $700 or $800 or $900, whatever it is, we'll give you an expedited answer. But if you're like one of the regular folks, you just want to submit your application without greasing us first, it could take up to 12 weeks. Well, wouldn't you know, like 11 weeks and a few days, I get a response from them. And they go, oh, well, yes, you want to apply for this. You want to do this. Yes, I think I would. And they go, oh, okay, well, we need to know that it's going to be at a terrestrial radio station, like a real radio station, right? Like you have to go into the same radio station that had said no to me. You have to go into that radio station. It's got to be done there so that we can prove it's legit and this and that. So I sent back a little email. Now, when you send these emails back to the company, it's a good 2 weeks each time you hear from it. So we're already a couple of months behind. And I'm thinking, okay, I'd still like it to be official, right? I'm going to do it either way, right? But in order to do it, I'd like it to kind of be official. I just think that would be a cool thing. A little truth in advertising. I know with the political season around us, no one believes anything they hear, right? But for truth in advertising, I thought, well, if I'm going to go for the record, hi, Dallas. Thank you so very much for joining us here at All Natural Being. If I was going to go for the record, well, I would want to actually be telling the truth. So I sent him a letter and I go, yeah, I get that you want the real radio station. I get that. I do. But you should know, now that I have a face for radio, apparently, and a chip on my shoulder as well, but now that I have a face for radio, I thanks to some very dear friends of mine, we built a studio here. And boards and call-in lines and microphones and all these wires and cables. And Henry makes fun of me all the time because it's got to be a Mogami. Oh, yeah. Well, do you have the platinum? Well, no, I only had the gold, but I didn't realize you could pay double the amount of money to get a platinum. So, right, but what we did was we spent double the amount of money, and we built this whole studio. So I email them back, and I go, look, you would think, in terms of a world record, you'd be accustomed to not having it as the status quo. You'd be accustomed to a new way, a new edge, a new way of thinking about it. And you would think, even though I built this radio studio in the basement of my home, you'd think that would be enough. Hey, Brian, nice to see you. Thank you for joining us here at All Natural Being. Platinum, I know, Henry, right? Platinum. Remember like Seinfeld, where Newman would walk into the room, right? And Seinfeld would go, Newman. I'm all excited. I take the pictures to send it. Oh, I got all these cables, blah, blah, blah. And then Henry goes, oh, so you got the platinum ones? And I go, Henry. I didn't even know there were platinum cables. But in any event, right, we to the degree that I could, we built this station in the basement, which probably, given some of my writings, makes perfect sense to you, right? But it's not my mom's basement. It's right. It's actually my basement, my family's basement, my wife's basement. You could ask Henry. He's been here. Ask Kelly. She's been here. Oh, I think Wayne's been here as well. So in any event, I send back this email and I go, I get it, but here's what I'm going to do. In order to have it certified, they want people to sign up and go, okay, are you going to watch them? Is he going to do the record? Are you going to be there to swear that he did it? And I go, well, I'm going to do it live, thanks to our good friends at Telestream's Wirecast. Just like every night, I'm going to do the whole thing live on Facebook and YouTube. Oh, and I should mention tonight, I think we're broadcasting to our new YouTube home. Transitional Radio Official, I believe, is our YouTube page. I'm not sure. Wayne, if you could jump in the feed and let everybody know if that's the case. So I thought, great, in order to be able to test, in order to make sure that I'm legit, in order to make sure I'm telling the truth, I'm all over cams, right? I'm all over. So they go, great. But you're not a terrestrial radio station, so none of that really matters, does it? So, you respond back and you wait another 10 days. Hey, Rita, good evening. Nice to see your name pop up, my friend. Your smile and your avatar, as always, nice to see. So I send another email, and at the bottom of it, it says, oh, you should give us 10 days to respond, and I'll be darned if it isn't like the eve of the 10th day they get back to you. So they go, well, Bri, we've looked at everything that you've put into this, and we need to run this up the flagpole. This is above our head. We need to get the whole team involved and see what they're thinking. And I'm like, great, thank you very much. I don't know if I'm allowed to say his name. I don't want to get anyone in trouble, so I won't say his name. What makes a radio station terrestrial? Great question, David. Best of my understanding is you need like a security guard out front. You need a high tower, right? I guess you need call signs. Like, I like WBOR, W-BOR. If you've listened to my stuff, you got to be honest, it can be boring. So WBOR. But I guess what you needed is like a tower and security guard. You need a flag. I have a flag. I think I'm flying a Halloween flag right now, but you get my drift. So he says, oh, well, Brian, let me fly this up the flagpole. So lo and behold, I'm out and about. I'm running around. I'm all excited about having my life back. They're going to pull this shunt out of me if I behave for the next 30 days. Just great, right? Like, what else could go right? The sun actually came out in Columbus, so people are going, oh, well, I bet you don't say Ohio stands for, oh, how it's overcast. But you don't say that anymore. And they go, yeah, well, in fairness, my new one is, oh, how I'm out of here. I think I'd like to live in Belize. I think I'd love to live in Cuenca, Ecuador. Keep trying to tell Henry to buy a piece of property next to him, and I could put a house up on there. So I'm working on Rita. Right, look, Henry and Rita, we should have a little place for me, a little bungalow next door to you all. So I'd really like that. So lo and behold, I get an email today going, we read through your story, we went through your Facebook page, we did all the rest of this, and the exact quote was, congratulations, you're in. So now, right, 81 to win is back on. We're back in. And I'm like, well, that's just peachy, right? Because I had pretty much written it off in my mind going, well, it just wasn't meant to be. Yes, Rita, we're in. So I get this email and I go, oh, crap. Now what I got to do? I got to talk nonstop. I mean, other than people calling in, I got to talk nonstop for 81 hours. That's going to be a peach. And I can just imagine me trying to talk my wife into it, right? Because everyone around me thinks I'm going to have like some kind of brain malfunction and just check out like that. I'll be gone. So, there's a little bit of politicking that has to go on to be able to pull this off. But they're going to let me run at the record. It's going to be an official attempt, 81 to win. So as one would, I called Lee, I called Wayne, I called Henry right away, and Henry goes, well, let's think about this. When are you going to do it? And I go, well, December's too close. I got to get ready. Well, I talked about it yesterday. You've all heard of the freshman 15. Well, this is the tumor 20. Squared, right? So because I've not been able to run, I've not been able to lift, I've not been able to do anything else, well, I've gained a little bit of girth, let's call it. So I go, look, I got to get back in shape. I got to do this. I got to do that. So it's going to take me a little while. Tumor 20 is what I call it. So the Henry goes, well, I have a great idea. Why don't we just put it on, so you can train and get into it and everything else. And I go, great. So here's what we came up with. Believe it or not, the 2-year anniversary, if you will, of me and my last brain surgery, my good friend Sue taking me to the hospital to get this damn shunt put in me. Girth, you're right, Doug. Girth. Doug, you'll be a great trainer for me, brother. You've done such an excellent job over the last year. Wayne says my first reaction was, holy crap, more work. Holy crap. You're not kidding. So then what we decided is the 2-year anniversary of me being dropped off to get this shunt was February 14th, Valentine's Day. So Henry, being the brains that he is, he goes, oh, well, if you take 81 hours and you count backwards, that means we have to go Sunday. And I'm just like, what? That's where the hours working goes, yeah, let's just do that. So what we figured out is that we're going to end our successful attempt, 81 hours. It will end. I think your shoulders just sank into my belly. Well, the question would be, Doug, how many sets of shoulders did I have? Well, I can't do anything. They go, you're not even allowed to carry a jug of milk. We don't want you lifting more than a gallon of milk. I go, I don't like milk. Why would I lift milk anyways? And they go, pounds, idiot, pounds. We don't want you lifting more than 8 pounds. I go, okay. So I got some work to do. But the point, there's a treadmill coming in my life if it gets to be as cold as they say it will be here. So the scoop is that we're going to do it the Sunday before Valentine's Day. And the 81 hours will end at 6 p.m. in the evening on Valentine's Day, so I can go to dinner with Ashley. So that's the goal. That's where we are. And, you know what? I didn't even get out of the number. Let me take this call real quick. I got to pay attention again because I don't even remember how this goes. So hold on. Don't anybody go anywhere. Please stand by. Good evening. Welcome to All Natural Being. This is Brian. Who's this?
This is Henry.
Henry, I was just talking about you. And,
well, I hope it wasn't a lie.
Nah. Well, what I said was you were able to do the math in your head. I'm going 1, 2, 3, carry the 6, divide by, and you're like, no, I'll do the math. We'll just start on Sunday, and we'll end up on Valentine's Day, and you'll have a successful 81 hours. So that's how we went to do it. So thank you very much for that. But hey, now that I have you on the air, I've got some even more big breaking news. What a lot of people should know is that, you had like 1 month of a ramp up, a little bit of on-the-job training, right? As you and I talked about off air, being dropped in the hornet's nest. So let me thank you again for taking over for me. Thank you, Marcia, very much. It's great to be back. And Henry, thank you again, because I couldn't have done it without you taking it. But here's the big breaking news, which is 2 shows under your belt, uniquely under your belt, for Thinking Re-Envisioned. You made it into the top 10 shows on IPMNation.com. So congratulations.
Well, thank you.
2 shows. Yeah. You'll be knocking me off by the end of tonight's show. You'll be number 1, and I'll be going, Henry. Just like every time I think of Mogami cables, I next time I see him, I'll show him a Mogami cable. Right. So you get one more show, you'll be in the number 1 slot, and the open will go, welcome to the number 2 rated show here on IPM Nation. I go, right, I don't know if I'll recover from this. But in any event, congratulations, brother, because you made it to the top 10 with 2 shows under your belt.
Yeah, I can't explain it. It's nerve-wracking, of course, but I mean, at the same time, blew me away. I am just, flabbergasted at all that. Who knew?
Very cool. Well, I think anyone listening to you knew, as Doug says. Awesome, Henry. Marcus, good evening. Thank you for joining us here at All Natural Being. Rita says, yay, Henry. I absolutely agree. So I can't hold you all evening because you can't hang out with me. You got work to do here in a little bit. But I wanted to congratulate you on making this into the top 10 in just 2 shows. What are you going to be? Thank you, John. John says congrats to both of you. Well, to be honest, John, I could not have done this without Henry. I could not have done this without Wayne. So thank you very much, guys, as you know. But so, Henry, what are you going to be talking tonight here in just, what are we? We were like 10 minutes away. Is that it? Maybe, no, like 7 minutes away.
7 minutes away?
Yeah, what are you going to talk about? Then I'll let you go.
We're going to be talking about cognition and why it fails us.
All right. Yeah, mine hasn't been right in 30-some years, so I'll have to tune in so you can give me an idea.
Well, I'm going to be speaking from experience, so this will be good.
So cognition and why it fails you. And so here's the deal, Henry. Can you help me? Because at the bottom of the hour, people, if they're watching or they're listening to the audio, they're going to listen right here at IPMNation.com. Hello, Ashley. Right. IPMNation.com/TR now, our new home on the radio. But to see the fly-on-the-wall video, as Lee says, congrats, Henry. Lee, thank you very much. I'm with you.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you.
But for fly-on-the-wall video, is it Thinking Reimagined official?
Thinking Re-envisioned.
I'm sorry, Re-envisioned. See?
Official, yes.
Yeah, I need the cognition show. See, I just proved it right there.
No.
Can't even get the title of the show right. So see, I need to tune up. All this. My brain doesn't know how to handle all this spinal fluid. right?
Well, I can imagine what you've gone through. And my hat, I don't wear a hat, but my hat's off to you, sir.
Yeah, I get a little bit of swelling going today,
amazing.
so I'm not too much truth in advertising. You know what I mean? So that's why it's on. But yeah, good evening, Mary. Thank you so very much for joining us here at All Natural Being. Do you remember the movie Caddyshack?
Oh, yeah.
You remember when they opened the pool for the caddies for like 15 minutes all year, one day, all year? They opened it for 15 minutes? Well, that's what my mind is like now, full of spinal fluid. They're like, they're letting the caddies in. Right? His mind's full of spinal fluid, so who knows what I'm going to think. But so the address is Thinking Re-envisioned Official?
Thinking Re-envisioned Official. Yes.
Official.
In fact, I'm sure Wayne will throw the link up
yes.
there.
Yes. Oh, that'd be great.
If he gets around to it.
Wayne, if you would, in the thread right here, if you could post the link. So Henry will get ready to let you go. But thank you again for everything. Congratulations on making it into the top 10. Top 10, you crushed it. You're in the top 5. You're in the number 4 slot.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of. I think Matt just made a mistake. I think he just felt sorry for me, so he just threw that in.
I don't know. He's pretty good with the numbers. He's got like a protractor and a slide rule and a calculator, and there's all kinds of. Who knows how he calculates those numbers? All right, thank you, Wayne, very much. Wayne put it in the feed, Facebook.com. Thinking Re-envisioned Official.
Yep,
that's where they'll be able to catch you. And I'll let you go because I know you're getting ready here in about 4 minutes. But thank you for everything again, and congratulations. Number 4. I don't think I popped into the list that high up. I think I worked like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, right? Why, it took me a while. So congratulations to you, brother. Very well deserved.
You guys. That's all thanks to you guys. I really appreciate it, and you, first of all, you're very welcome, Brian. But thank you too. You have been so helpful and so encouraging with all this, and I'll never forget the Nike "Just Go Do It" comment. So that's okay. I've got you covered. I've got your back.
Well, thank you. Well, go ahead and knock me out of the number 1 slot. I'd like some more time off, please. Because to be honest with you, you can't come back to All Natural Being, because I'll have to have everything re-recorded. The number 2, the number 3 rated show. I'm just going to deliver newspapers. All right, my days here are numbered. But so I'll let you go. Good luck this evening, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks a lot, Brian.
All right, brother. Take care.
Thanks. We'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
Bye.
See you in a bit. Goodbye. All right, Sarah, good evening. Thank you for joining us here at All Natural Being. We're just a couple minutes away because now, and you guys are going, thank God, because it will keep him from blathering on and on and on. Wayne's like, I'm serious. You got to hit the signal at 8:29:30, which I realize now the clock is messed up, so something's going on. But in any event, we'll be hitting it right at the bottom of the hour so that you can have time to switch over to Thinking Re-envisioned Official. Wayne put the post or put the thread up here in the post. So just in terms of a recap, I've got 2 minutes left. In terms of a recap, we're going to go for the 81 to win, the official Guinness World Record attempt at 81 to win. And it's going to be, 81 hours before, it's called Valentine's Day, right? Valentine's Day in February, and it'll be the 2-year anniversary of them sticking this garden hose in my head, right? And just we'll leave it at that. Sticking this garden hose in my head. So on that 2-year anniversary, we will be successfully celebrating 81 to win. So leading up to that, we've got all kinds of cool things, things that I'll just have to do, and I'd love to learn from you. Like, what do you think? How should we fill some of the content? What should we do? Like I've got one of these chairs ordered where I hang upside down because the doctors are worried, well, if you stand up, right, for 81 hours, how's that going to affect? But who knows? By then, the shunt could be out of me. And then I'll go, what do you mean, how's it going to affect me? But in any event, I think it'd be pretty cool to do part of the show in one of those inversion chairs hanging upside down. So we'll see how that works out. But any other suggestions that you have, things that you think, oh, you know what? You should do this. I would super appreciate it. All right, before we get ready to go, thank you so very much for everything. Thank you for joining us here at All Natural Being. And what I would say is, what I learned today, got to do heavy metal. Yes, I will. I'll do heavy metal, but I'll also do it here. That's perfect. That'll help me fill. Mary, heavy metal, left over from the 24-hour marathon. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. That was a good time. But here's what we're going to do. Don't forget, check out, yes, it was karaoke with Candace and Jamie. Did you see the little thing Jamie sent me? The little Snoopy light that she sent me? Because I didn't realize it was Hang On Sloopy. I'm new here to Ohio. I didn't realize it was Hang On Sloopy. It's Hang On Snoopy. Get a tattoo during. Yes, there's another good idea get a tattoo, we can do that. All right, gang, I got to run so I can make room for the real talent, Henry G. Noel, and Thinking Re-Envision. So, Wayne, if you can hear me, go ahead. We're going to get ready to take it away. For everyone else, thank you so very much for joining me here at All Natural Being. We will see you. I'll be back tomorrow. You know, in the election, you're going to get tired of watching all the election coverage, but I'll be back tomorrow doing a little bit of a post-election kind of thing. So I'll see you tomorrow night. Thank you so very much for joining us here at All Natural Being.
IPMNation.com.